rat.
I want a full building suite.
Got me. Knock you out. Look good.
You'll be doing that one for days. Almost there.
Well, good morning, YouTube, and happy Monday. How's everyone doing? I hope you're having a good day so far. I know, it's Monday. Some might argue you can't have a good day on Monday. Good morning, DP. How are you? I'm doing good. Of course, we are back in LOTRO, and we're back at the Midsummer Festival, which I did not realize Miss Marcellene hasn't done a bit of it. So, she gets to do everything from the beginning.
Midsummer has come at last.
Welcome, welcome. Midsummer has come at last. If you wish to join in the festivities, you should present yourselves to King Elazar. The king desires to welcome all travelers to Minas Tirith. It's quite the city. There's no good in trying to celebrate if you do not know the way. May you have a merry midsummer. So, we actually need to go up and say hello to Aragorn. Well, I think we can manage that.
These are troublesome times indeed.
So, let's get started, shall we? How was your day, DP? Not too bad? Oh, that's good. I mean, sounds like maybe it was a fairly average day. But still, you know what? I'm gonna get on a horse. Done with class. Good. Hopefully that went well. Now, you saying done with the class for the day or done with the class, like, altogether? Had to reject a woman. From the class or in general? Done today. Oh, you can see Miss Marcellene even got dressed up for the occasion. Actually looks good on her. She even let her hair down. So mark that as a rare occasion. Miss Marcellene changed her hairstyle. Oh, rejected a work offer. Well, you know, when you say you rejected a woman, it could have been any, you know, anything, but a work offer. Hail and welcome to Minas Tirith. Midsummer has been a long tradition for my people, and I am pleased to welcome you to join in our celebration. I have much to do, but Marcellene will see that you find yourself among spirited company. May you have a joyous midsummer.
I am pleased you could return to my city with war safely behind us.
Is that Vigo? That? No. That's King Elazar, also known as Aragorn. First Rider. Marcellene, my friend. I might have met you once or twice, dude. I don't know if we're friends. I am pleased you could return to my city in time of peace, with war safely behind us. You thought it was Viggo Mortensen? Oh. Okay, right. We cannot lower our guard overmuch. It is true. But Mithrandir and the Council of Gondor both assure me that the threat of further war is at low ebb for now. My mind therefore turns from martial matters to those of the heart, for a day long prepared is nearly upon us. As you well know, Arwen, my betrothed, travels even now to Minas Tirith, where we shall be wedded before all of Gondor, and she will be the queen of my kingdom. Long have we waited for this day. It is very important to me, and to my love, that the ceremony be conducted properly, but my knowledge of such matters is not sufficient. Mithrandir insists he has an understanding of the rituals, but some members of the council questioned the depth of his knowledge concerning the customs of Gondor. The council therefore selected a number of Gondorian representatives to decorate the city and make ready the ceremony. The woman responsible for the wedding ceremony is named Rodwin, and I would ask you to lend her your able assistance if you have the time and the inclination. Arwen will be here soon with her household, and I want all the preparations to be made before she arrives. He does bear a resemblance. I think they did a good job. I mean, he looks very kingly, doesn't he? Of course, in this light, his hair looks a lot grayer than it actually is, but still. Oh, sorry. I almost ran into you. Oh, you're Rodwin.
Yes, hello. You are to help with the preparations?
Yes, hello, Marcellene, is it? I see you were here to help me make ready the wedding ceremony. I assure you, we have things well in hand. Rodwin appears visibly nervous and seems to be having some trouble meeting your gaze. Let us meet somewhere to discuss the preparations, Marcellene. There's no point in disturbing the king with such details. Surely you agree? Let us find a quiet spot to discuss them. If you leave the Tower of Ethelion and turn north, you will see a doorway spanned by garland of flowers. Slip past that garland and climb the steps to the wall. That is where I will meet you. Yeah, well in hand, my butt. Somebody who has things well in hand will actually say, "Oh, sure, I could use your help. Here's a couple little menial tasks I can have you do." They wouldn't be sitting there going, "Oh, no, everything's fine," while the world is on fire. Right, first off, you need to talk to this lady.
What can I do for you?
Welcome to our fine city, Marcellene. Whether you're here to celebrate for one day or you intend to stay until Midsummer's Day, I hope you find our celebration to your liking. If you have any questions, or if you'd like to join our efforts to support Midsummer, you need only ask. Sneeze. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and pick up
Could I speak with you
some
a moment?
quests. And we're not going to read all of these because we'd be reading for the next 3 hours. But
Would you do something for me?
we got a bottle. And that one I don't feel like doing. Because that takes us outside of Ministry. I'm going to grab your quest. You want me to pass out samples of your food? And of course, you have flower
Can I help you with
arrangement.
something?
And you want me to go find your daughter. I like her dress. That looks like it would be a very lovely and very comfortable dress. Earthly. Alright, so I need to find that doorway. No, not that one. That goes to the guest house. If I can remember where this door is. It's been a while since I did this quest chain. Oh no, it was the right place. I just didn't look to the left. You know? earthly?
Is it true you can read the truth in someone's face despite
This
their
place
words?
would be a pickpocket stream. Well, it is a city. A very large city. You weren't here for last night's stream, so you didn't get the tour of, Ministress. Well, trust me, you'll get to see plenty of it as we do these quests today. I know you, Marcellene. I have heard of your many heroic deeds, and word of your adventure spread throughout the land. Is it true you can read the truth in someone's face despite their words? It is true, isn't it? Brodwyn's face is pale, and you need no special ability to determine how nervous she is in your presence. Then I will just tell you. The trio is sure to find out anyway. Yeah, I was an adventurer for hire, a champion of Gondor. Okay, so she was a sellsword. My friends and I sought to earn coin by lending our swords and our skills to folk in need, but we weren't very good at it. Our guardian, Droughtly, was more brave than sensible. Our minstrel, Coolin, never did learn the value of silence when enemies were about, and I have waylaid my sword at inopportune moments. More than once, I confess it. When the war ended, we decided it was best for all if we were to leave the adventuring life behind us. Coolin took up farming, the dear fellow, but it was a short-lived experiment, and he has left that behind too. It did not suit him either. So we all came to settle within the White City, and through a series of misunderstandings and some ill-advised boasting, my friends and I caught the attention of the Council of Gondor. The next thing I know, our Lord Master Esteron is speaking before these noble lords and ladies, insisting that we are expert wedding planners all. What do I know about weddings? Little enough. So we have stumbled our way into something of a real adventure, Marcellene, and if we cannot perfect this wedding ceremony, we will be in real trouble. Will you help us?
What a relief it is to hear
So they
you
lied
will
their
help
way
us.
into becoming the wedding planners for the biggest wedding in Middle-earth history. What a relief it is to hear you will help us. Every wedding should be perfect, of course, but the weight of responsibility for this particular wedding is even greater, for all the eyes of the kingdom will be upon it. It means a great deal to me that you will not betray our secret. With your help, it should not matter that my friends and I know so little about such preparations. Already I've sent them throughout the city to get whatever help they can. Here, Marcellene, I have penned some letters of introduction authorizing you to work on my behalf in all wedding-related matters. Bring these to our Lord Master Esteron, and he will tell you how best you can help us. You should find him outside the Tower of Exilion in the Plaza of the Fountain. Talk about fumbling your way into a job, right? Oh, by the way, we look over here. This is the brand new White Tree of Gondor. It's still a twig right now, but someday it will be a mighty tree. And you are Esteron. It is new, alright. Yeah, well, they decided to replant it, which I think is actually quite a lovely little sentiment there.
Ah, you are here to help plan for the great wedding? Good, good, good.
Oh, you're here to help plan for the great wedding. Good. There is so much still to be done, but do not let that frighten you away. I have often found that the largest tasks are the most rewarding, just so long as you do not give up before you are begun. You ask Esteron if he needs any help researching wedding customs. He blinks at you, a smile frozen on his face. Oh no, I gave up on that, he replies. Cooperon and I did learn some interesting tidbits from a number of hobbits over there, but I did not find their advice very promising. Their hobbit traditions felt very quaint to me. Not at all appropriate for such a grand wedding as this must be, but you are welcome to consult with them if you like. They are to the south of the Tower of Exulian, I believe. Hobbits, huh? Ah, and what hobbits do we have here? But two of the most dignified hobbits in all of Middle-earth, Frodo and Samwise. Looking quite dignified and very dressed up. Although, to be honest, that looks like they're wearing pajamas, but we won't tell them that.
How nice to see you during a time of celebration and not during a time of war.
Marcellene, how nice to see you during a time of celebration and not during time of war. You tell Frodo that you're helping Rodwin and her companions with the preparations for the great wedding, and he nods thoughtfully. That is very good of you. Aragorn is dear to me, and I want his wedding to be all for which he and his bride might hope. Or are Rodwin and her companions up for such a challenge? I've spoken with a number of them now, and in each of these planners, I admit to you, I have recognized something. He smiles knowingly. They are in over their heads, just as I was during the quest of the ring, just as were we all. Well, that turned out all right in the end. So too might the wedding ceremony. If there's anything we can do, Marcellene, let us know. We will help.
There has been a lot of wedding chatter in the air, you know.
There has been a lot of wedding chatter in the air, Marcellene, and I'll have you know it's not the easiest thing for this Gamgee to talk about. Take that Iskerin fella, who spoke on and on about how grand this wedding should be, and how it'll be talked about for years and years, and maybe that's so, but I can't help but wonder if that's not the most important thing. Maybe I'm just a hobbit, but with hobbit ideas, but it seems to me that the wedding should be just as Arwen and Strider want it to be. Does it matter what the kingdom thinks of it, or for how long it's talked about? Sam falls silent and sniffs the air. Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, Master Frodo and I weren't the only hobbits who spoke to the wedding planners. Merry and Pippin talked to them too, and when they finished, they went off laughing, looking very pleased with themselves about something. It might be worth looking into, Marcellene. Those two are always causing trouble of some kind or another, and if you follow the smell of their pipe smoke, could be you'll get to the bottom of it. Sam, yeah. I don't know, Frodo looks a little more tired than Sam, but Sam might be a little tired after dealing with, Merry and Pippin, you know? Oh, and have you noticed something about hobbits? Take a look at them. Tell me what you say. Frodo looks like you... Well, I mean, Frodo is kind of done with it. After all, he just spent arduous months getting a ring to a volcano so it could be destroyed. So, I'll give y'all a second longer. I think that's about as close as I feel like getting to Sam without, you know, intruding on his personal space. And this is something that I'm looking at that they actually kind of got right in the game. That no people seem to usually notice. Hobbits have pointy ears, which makes me wonder if they're more akin to elves than they are to humans. Imagine someone asking Frodo in the wedding to be ring bearer. Yeah. Can imagine that. Alright. So we need to find little troublemakers. Speaking of trouble, where are Mary and Pippin? That is what I'm looking for right now. Ah, there's the stairs up. I totally missed it the last time. The fragrant smell of pipe smoke lingers on the air. Mary and Pippin came this way. And there's our two troublemakers. You have found a pair of amused hobbits laughing and smoking. They do look very amused. or it was Snoop. There they are. Peregrine Took and Mary Dot Brandybuck. He means getting high. No, no, no. Pipe weed is not that kind of... It is tobacco. They sure put on some weight since the campaign. They're hobbits. They never were skinny. But also, they are wearing some strange clothes. So, it's easy for it to bulk them up. Alright, Mary.
Good day to you. Why don't you stay a while?
Good day to you, Marcellene. Why don't you stay a while and have a smoke? There's room for all. What's on your mind, friend? You asked Mary and Pippin about the preparation for the upcoming wedding, and they share a conspiratorial look before doubling over with laughter. When Mary has once again caught his breath, he apologizes and tries to answer your question. It's going to be a real sight to see, Marcellene. It seemed to us that those wedding planners might not have actually been to a real wedding before, and you know Pip and I have been to plenty. We're real experts on the subject, you might say, so we gave Cooperon a detailed account of the most important Shire wedding traditions. It was the right thing to do, wasn't it, Pip? How did they go again?
Well, Mary, everyone knows that a Shire wedding, you've got to follow the traditions.
There are 4 elements that must be present if the ceremony is to be a success. The bride needs to carry or wear something old, right? And then she should pair it with something new, which represents the new life she is starting with her husband. Mary nods solemnly, which causes Pippin to break out into laughter again before resuming. And then she needs something borrowed as well, maybe a garment or a cloth, or a small pocket item of some kind. And then most important of all, everything has to be blue. The 2 hobbits start laughing again, and through the gales of laughter you can just make out gasps that everything's blue. All the decorations, everything, they've got to be blue. You need to find Cooperon before it's too late. Yep, that would be Mary and Pippin for you, little troublemakers. I think I'm just going to hop down here. Yep, little troublemakers, alright. Probably not the right occasion for them to be troublemaking. Just saying. This is a very lovely city. Very interesting concept having a city built in tiers like this, so that the whole thing can be defended by one giant wall. The decorations are indeed, as Merry and Pippin suggested, overwhelmingly blue.
Not everyone is as familiar with our hobbits as we are.
Legolas speaks solemnly, but the son of Thranduil cannot completely mask his amusement. Not everyone is as familiar with hobbits as we are, Marcellene, and I write to suggest that this must be the doing of a certain Brandybuck and Took over acquaintance. You might be right, Legolas. You might be right. I need to find... Oh, you're right in front of my face.
Those hobbits weren't really wedding experts at all, were they?
Those hobbits weren't really wedding experts at all, were they? He asked, staring wearily at the pile of blue decorations gathered from all around the city. Not really experts at all. There's a lot of that going around these days.
Was any of the advice those hobbits gave to me truthful?
I need to come up with a good use for these decorations. There has to be something. But now I have a more urgent worry. Was any of the advice those hobbits gave me truthful? They spoke of someone called Gandalf, a wizard they claim to be in this very city, and said his fireworks cannot be missed. Is this true? You assure Kufaron that Gandalf is indeed a master of the art, and his fireworks have a truly remarkable reputation for excellence. You say he has likely heard of the wizard before, for in these lands he goes by another name. Mithrandir. Oh yes, I know of this wizard, although I did not know he dabbled in the construction of fireworks. Perhaps you can find him for me and ask if he will contribute some of his finest creations to set off during the wedding ceremony. I saw him recently in the circle of the city. Look for him to the west. Is this guy for real? Yeah. Him and he's part of the group that got roped into planning the wedding. Gandalf the White. Or Mithrandir, as he is known. My fireworks? I'm sorry, Marcellene, but you may remember that it was a time of war until very recently. When Shadowfax bore me hither with young Peregrine Took, I did not have the luxury to bring any fireworks along with me. You apologize for disturbing him, and the wizard raises his eyebrows at you with apparent amusement. Are you always in such a rush that you cannot wait for an old man to finish speaking? I said I did not bring any fireworks with me on the ride from Rohan. I did not say I no longer possessed any. Indeed, I have collected one or two such devices during the time since the war ended, and I have stored them in a small crate in my quarters. Now, there are not as many as I would like. It was my custom when lighting such crackers in the Shire to really fill the night sky with illumination. That was both for the delight of the hobbits and for my own, if I'm speaking honestly. Or perhaps the few crackers I have assembled will still bring some small measure of enjoyment to the attendees of the wedding, Marcellene. Go to my quarters in the high guest house in the Seventh Circle and empty the crate of its contents, and I will see what can be done. You know a good wedding planner if they're interested? You'd be the only one. I don't know a single wedding planner. To George R. R. Martin. I don't think we want that kind of wedding here. I definitely don't think we want that kind of wedding. So before we continue that, I want to run, or I want to ride down to the bottom and start picking up the rest of the quests that I want to pick up before we start. The quest for the actual festival.
How may I help you, friend?
All right. You know, the red wedding was actually a pretty decent affair. You mean up until the point where people started getting slaughtered? By Dothraki standards. And I haven't even read the books or watched the show, and I know about the Red Wedding. So you know that had to have been quite the affair. Alright. So we need to pick up
Greetings, traveler.
this class. He wants us to gather supplies for him. Oh, and I guess I should go a little slower so you can actually see the city. Although we'll be seeing this city, plenty of this city today. Oh, indeed, Pete. Since you are a viewer of the channel, and, well, also one of my gaming partners, yawn, I want to thank you for being here. I don't know if you've noticed, but we were celebrating more than the Midsummer Festival.
What is it?
Good morning, Cynthia. Happy Monday to you. And I might as well do this
Would
quest
you
while
do
we're
something
here.
for me?
Now, Miss Medrielle had uncommonly good luck with this. Let's see if Miss Marcellene can do the same thing. Would you come up, you stupid dog? I found the ring. Oh my god, Miss Marcellene also had uncommonly good luck. Oh, you finally got Windrose. Very nice.
Greetings, friend.
Oh, and like I said, I know I sent you a message on Steam. You might want to pick up Power World before the 1.0 release. I know you say you don't like to buy games until they're 1.0, but I'm pretty certain it's going to go up in price. Okay, we'll pick up the charcoal here. So, you might want to pick it up while it's still cheaper. Oh my... Well, that was some lag and a half. then we need
Give
to
me a
pick up
moment of
this
your time,
quest.
friend.
I forgot what your quest is. Oh yeah, crafting quest. I think I'll skip those. You'll see about Power World. It is nice to see that Nintendo does not seem to be getting their way with the lawsuit against Pocket Pair.
These are troublesome times indeed.
Alright, so now we have gotten all the quests we want to get for the moment. We could go back up to the high stable. In all honesty, F Nintendo. Well, it's definitely a big L for Nintendo. What they've been, the shenanigans they've been pulling. And not just with Pocket Pair, let's be honest. Their lawyers are lawsuit happy. I remember they went after some dude who opened up a supermarket. I think it was called Mario's Supermarket, and they went after the guy, and it turned out the guy's name is Mario, because that's a very Mediterranean name. They lost that one too. And you know, in all honesty, I would have been considered a Nintendo girly. Because aside from an Atari 2600 that I grew up with, I've had an SNES, a Game Boy Color, a Game Boy Advance, a Game Boy Double Screen, and I still have my first generation Wii. Which can play GameCube games, by the way. But that doesn't mean that I think, hey, what they're doing is awesome. Okay, well, I don't know how I'm carrying this big old crate. Okay. You retrieve dwarf candles, known for their angular shapes and geometric patterns. I feel like their strategy is not to actually win, but to prolong the lawsuit until the other party runs out of money. I think that is part of what they do. You're right. You retrieve elf fountains, which fall from the sky like gently shimmering rain. You retrieve goblin barkers, which explode with harsh goblin-like cries. You retrieve thunderclaps, which have previously been mistaken for actual thunderstorms. You retrieve a few assorted squibs from the crate, not that impressive, but still important. You retrieve a few handheld sparklers from where they rolled into the crate's corners. You are a little disappointed to find the crate is now empty. You retrieved a load of shit. And when Gandalf says he picked up a couple of things, it usually means like 3 cartloads, you know? We were talking Gandalf here. His idea of a little affair is usually an area's idea of a once-in-a-lifetime event. He always goes around with a cart. Yes, he does. He was making a joke about the Red Wedding in the Game of Thrones series, Cynthia. I know a good wedding planner. Alright. Yeah.
I am sorry there were so few fireworks to gather up.
Ah, there we are. I am sorry there were so few fireworks to gather up, my friend. You express your surprise that the wizard counts such an armful of fireworks as merely a few. When Mithrandir responds, it is with a twinkle in his eye and laughter in his voice. You must have never seen one of my fireworks displays before, Marcellene. These few will have to do.
But on to other matters.
But on to other matters. Some time ago I observed our friend Gimli walking with one of Rodwin's companions, a dwarf I know to be called Drossly Broadshield. I greeted them both, and Gimli responded heartily that he and his new friends were going to the Splintered Shield, and they might be some time away. Oh, I asked them, and Gimli responded that they planned to determine the words Elithor and his bride should use to bind their love during the ceremony. We will not emerge until we have settled upon just the right words for their vow, he proclaimed, and I suspect he meant it. Perhaps you should go to the tavern and check on our dwarves, Marcellene. It will not do for Gimli to miss the wedding, and if he keeps his eye on the ale and not the sun, he very well might. The Splintered Shield is in the second circle. Alright, so we will make it down there eventually, but for now, we have a few other tasks to attend while we're up here. Okay. Must I endure another midsummer? Oh, I suppose so. It seems some of my people have forgotten that the House of Healing is a place of rest. The High Hall is not some freshly stocked tavern. If you don't intend to join that rabble, why not make yourself useful by removing them and their filthy bottles from my stall? I mean, on one hand, I kind of understand what she's saying. On the other hand, you know, she could cut them a tiny bit of slack. It is a celebration. Although, to be fair, they are drinking entirely too much here. Nice dress. Can I get it cosmetically? I think there's something similar already. There's even a wine here called Baron's Blood. It smells like a distillery. I mean, well, between the cleaning alcohols they would use and the actual alcohols, yeah. There it is, Baron's Blood. Oh, good morning, Elle. How are you? Happy Monday to you. Bring that one to V Rising. But we can already skin change into a bear. Think we're done chasing off noisemakers. And we have cleaned up a great number of bottles. Alas, I can hear myself think again. If I have no need of your aid on the morrow, it will be a joyous midsummer indeed. I have a feeling you'll need my help again tomorrow. I would have done this on Miss Medrielle again, but her quest would still be on cooldown since we did it last night. And this is one of the reasons why we went and grabbed all those other quests. Now this place actually is quiet and solemn.
Greetings.
A letter from me. A request for potions, no doubt. Why, this is no request at all, but a note of gratitude. Somehow, my tasks seem to be a bit lighter now. We're delivering notes to the healers here.
Megovanen.
Excuse me, I'm quite busy. A letter from me. Thank you. I shall read it when I find a moment. I'm okay considering I didn't get to bed. Same shit different day. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
What can I do for you?
A letter from me? Why, how nice. I often do not hear from those I tend to. This just warms the heart. I like her hair. I don't think we can have that cosmetic place. It's too bad. It would be a nice hairstyle for a couple of my characters.
Hello there.
What have you there? A letter of thanks from someone I tended. Oh, how lovely. Miss Marcellene should be getting a nice little stack of tokens today.
How can I be of service?
Yes, what else, you friend? Why, this is... We do not know it. What we do to gather thanks. But thoughtful things such as this really do invigorate one.
What can I do for you?
Huh, are you a patient? Oh, for me? Ah, says here she's feeling much better. I knew that tonic would do the trick. That is definitely not a modern hairstyle. Tell you what, if hospitals looked like this, with a actual open courtyard in the middle, yeah, that would be That would just be lovely. But hustles don't look anything like that. Alright, so we're done here. Oh, and L. Miss Marcellene may be doing the same quest Miss Medrielle did last night, but she also has the added benefit of having never done some of the other quests here. So we're getting to see a little more of the festival. Oh, this is actually a crafting station. Well, if Miss Marcellene had any need of crafting right now. Man, I missed all these little water features. That works out well then. Oh yeah. Fountains. Hello, cat. What are you doing, cat? Get up in your bed. And my arms are not your bed. I know you want to be in my arms. But you need to get up in your bed. There you go. I know, don't fight me. Don't fight me. It's not fighting time. It's not fighting time. Silly cat. I would probably spend a lot of quality time there going through those books. Do you happen to know this tavern actually has its own indoor well? Well, it seems to be quite dry. Actually, it would almost make sense for a tavern to have an indoor well. Can you imagine how much wood they have to burn for all these fireplaces? Half a forest?
Hello,
The very
Can
least.
you help me with something?
Now we gotta chase these guys, this guy's pages of poetry. Good thing they're digital. Okay, somebody else has already gotten that one. I mean, I would be remiss in thinking I'm the only one doing these this morning. Hey, come back here. Oh, by the way, where is she? Before we finish gathering the pages. Ah.
How can I be of service?
It's a bit stuffy in here, do you not agree? The young woman looks up towards where Kaladin is with a smirk, and then returns to reading her book. Since the reason his pages are flying around, well, that's the reason his pages are flying around. He opened the window on purpose. By the way, the poem he's writing is for her. I feel like she doesn't really appreciate it. Spraying deodorant. Moves in the air, spraying deodorant. Somebody should name a air freshener. Love is in the air. All right.
Hello there.
Were you able to find the verses? Ah, thank you, thank you. I must go back to compiling, writing the words with which I will win Liberal's love. Good luck with that. And burn some candles. Yeah, he's going to need all the luck he can get. This place is actually relatively quiet for a celebration. We're going to get back on our horse. I'm pretty sure we've done everything on this level. To be honest, I'm fond of the occasional candle. Did I go past the, I feel like I might have. Oh, but I forgot about this place. This is another place we can set floral arrangement. Called the Blue Theater. So basically it's an amphitheater. The Hall of Air it's called. Oh no, the Blue Theater's downstairs. This is the Hall of Air. Guess what it's filled with? Air. Right now. Only air. Ah, there it is. Or ramp down. Well, actually, it was a good thing I went past it, because I'd forgotten I could put flowers there. Premium air. Premium air. And just to let y'all know, at some point, Moonlight's gonna crash. And we're gonna have to restart it. And then we will not have any game sound because that's what always happens. I've not figured out what it is about the sound.
What do you need?
Okay, so what now? A sample? I ate but a few hours ago. Well, hobbits aren't the only ones who can double up on meals, eh? It's perfectly serviceable food, but nothing I should want to serve at my table. Now, if it had bacon crumbles on top, yes, that would really help the flavor. Okay, so Dude really likes bacon. I love all the little green faces.
How can I be of service?
Go away, shoot. I haven't any food for you. Oh, what? Oh, you wish for me to try your food. I'm not in the habit of accepting food from random strangers, but come, give it here. Not bad. Needs a tad more salt. Artist Fellow Hall.
Greetings.
What's this? A free sample? Delicious. I would not change a thing except to perhaps... Well, might I have another? Good morning, Nicholas. Happy Monday to you. How are you doing? Doing good. Got out not too long ago. Ah, very nice. Excuse me.
Hello there.
Does it have nuts? I detest nuts. No nuts? Very well, then give it here. It needs for something. Nuts, perhaps. So she says she hates nuts, but then she says that she thinks it needs nuts.
Greetings, friend.
What is it? I do not eat random things. Wait a moment. It does smell divine. Tastes as good as it smells. So I don't eat random things, but this smells good, so I'll make an exception. Well, this is the Blue Theater.
Would you do something for me?
Once again, I must apologize for the delay. What delay, you ask? Are you not here for the Cloudy Heads? It is a dreadful name, I think, but they are fine enough musicians. They're scheduled to play soon, but I've no idea where they've gone. They haven't left the theater, but that is all I know. Would you find them for me and direct them backstage? Sure, I'll get right on that. Excuse me, Hobbit. You want it backstage? Goodness me, I must have lost track of time. Clearly you have. Okay, so that is complete. And that one auto-complete. Not all of them do. Oh, and here is Holler. I'm wanted backstage. Very well. And there's Paula. Oh, I see. It's that way, is it? Now I have to find the other three. Well, I see one over there. That is Froakie. Or Frocky. I'm quite ready. You need not worry about me. Nobody here. Where is she? Ah, there you are. It seems that you may be the one who is lost, friend. I mean, we're telling her to go backstage, and she is backstage already. So, I can see her reasoning there. Now, we need to find one more. Where the heck are you hiding, dude? Oh, you're not hiding at all. Thank you. Gord Dunley. Backstage? Why, that could be anywhere in here. Well, if you weren't holding up that wall, you could find it.
Greetings, friend.
Oh, thank you. I should have known better than to invite them to perform in the Blue Theater again. Much less for all of Midsummer. He's staring at the door. Yeah, like he's counting down the time until he can leave. But hey, if the gig's filling your pocketbook, or in this case their coin pouch, you probably should, I don't know, actually show some manner of enthusiasm. Like a dumbass. Yeah. Ooh, okay, maybe I should not run into everything. This is a horse, not a pinball. Okay, so she has charcoal for us.
May I help you with something?
Oh, you there. It appears you have some spare time on your hands. You've seen the guards hard at work around the city, yes? Despite the festival, they keep watch day and night. The war remains fresh on everyone's mind, I'm afraid. The guards are busy people with little time, but I want to help them find some enjoyment nevertheless. And food is the key to anyone's heart. I just made a batch of small pastries and let them cool on the table over there. I need you to deliver them to any hungry-looking guards nearby. Quickly now, I don't want my pastries to get cold. Alright, so we have some pastries here to deliver. We're actually going to start on that side first. Cookies! Hey, whatever it is, these guards are probably hungry. Probably laced with weed. I doubt it. I don't even think they knew what that was in Middle Earth. Or laxatives. I definitely don't think they knew what laxatives were in Middle Earth. Oh, here's a guard. Hey, would you come back here? Thank you, I needed that. It's been a long day, but cereal pastries always taste good. Alright, I need to get a quick sip of water. You never know, the history of poisons goes a long way back. That's true. This will be an interesting night. Oh, there's the second one. It saddens me that I cannot join in celebrations right now, but I appreciate the kind gesture. The garrison will either be high or down. She's not dead. You're not gonna drug them. Alright, let me grab the wedding supplies. Only need one more of those. Many thanks. Could you pass that message on to the chef as well? I think I can do that. I knew there was some wedding supplies somewhere here. Okay, so that did it for those. My favorite. If I had to do all of this work just to get a pastry from cereal, then it was worth it. Alright, you look acceptable. You may marry her. He looks like he can handle his accident. That's okay. I'm giving away cereal hand in marriage. I'm sure she would really appreciate finding that out. Another barrel of ale. And a relatively crowded tavern. Again, with a load of books. Don't know what it is about. Minutes to rest and books in random places, but I approve. I definitely approve. That one's called the Merry Swan. I don't know about y'all, but like I said last night, I would love to live here for a short time, maybe a few months, you know, until all these people got on my nerves and I just want to go someplace quieter. Named after a swan that belonged to Mary. Considering they had never heard of Mary and Pippin before, I doubt it, but that's kind of funny. You're back, and with an empty platter at that. You have my gratitude. I don't say that to just anyone. You made quite a few people smile today. come back tomorrow, there will always be mouths to feed. And we're just flying through quests here, so that's awesome. We may not get to the other section unless we go extra long. Bet she says that to everyone. She does, I'm sure. No. Let's move a little bit faster. Let's get on the horse. Cute little hat.
Hello there.
Ah, thank you, my friend. Much better than delivering debt notices, is it not? If you have the time or the morrow, do come back. I shall have more letters to deliver. Of that you can be certain. So at this point, we've actually managed to complete quite a number of quests. Yeah, the funny thing is, a lot of the decorations in the city for the wedding are blue. I find that very amusing. Okay. Now, I don't know what Marcellene would know about gardening, considering she lives on the sea, but we're going to do some. Good morning. The prints of the bases actually turned out not too bad. The large 50mm bases are slightly bigger than they should be, but I had to guess on resizing them because the STLs are 60. Well, that sounds like a good way to start the morning, Wolf. And how are you today? Other than apparently rightfully pleased. I love how the quest giver's like, I know you're here to celebrate a wedding, but while you're here, could you do these tasks for us? I mean, some of them make sense, but some of them, you want me to, what? You want me to do your gardening for you? Okay. Okay, you finally got your tax refund this morning. The STL came in for size of 30 40, and 60. Malafolios is 30, 40, and 50. Okay, I can't remember how to do the conversion from millimeter to inch. Oh, we can see it now. See these ruins over in the distance. That's what's left of Las Gilias. That was Minas Tirith's sister city. One inch is about 25 millimeters. You can see, while it wasn't quite as spectacular as Minas Tirith, it was still a pretty sizable city in its own right. So we turned that one in. That was the guy that wanted us to do the gardening for him. Okay, you have a weed I collected. I don't think that's that kind of weed. For return purposes. You'd probably have better luck going to the Shire and asking for pipeweed, even though that is still just tobacco. And then we have the materials for the artist. Oh, Marcellene, this is perfect. I can finally get to work. Painting scenes of Minas Tirith with ingredients gathered from the city itself. I must say I enjoy the idea. Thank you for your hard work. Once I'm done, I'll paint myself a map so I'll never get lost here again. I hate to tell him. He's bound to get lost here again. I even get lost here at times, and I've been here dozens of times. Use the map. The map is not a little less than helpful in Minas Tirith because it's tiered. And of course, back into the Mumakan Keys with its fake Mumak statue made out of ale kegs and random bits and bobs and a pair of Mumak tusks. Okay. And I'd still like to know how we're carrying around multiple barrels of ale when just one barrel is almost as big as we are. Well, MMO logic. At least they didn't make us pick them up one at a time and then carry them back up. I would have noped right out of that. I'd been like, yep, somebody else can do those quests. The splintered shield. I'm going to get the side quest done here before I talk to Gimli.
Can I speak with you a moment?
You there. You look like you didn't spend last night with as much ale as some of us. Do me a favor and I'll make it worth your while. So he kind of prattles on and on. We're not going to read all this. He just wants me to shush some of the musicians so he can get some sleep at his table. Oh, very well. I'll go where my obvious talents are wanted. And she says the same thing. How dare you? I'll leave, but you're missing out. And since when is beating on a drum considered music? The harp, I at least understand. I guess the chorus needs a bit of work. Hey, I actually said something different for a change. Huh, I was just about to sing the ballad of the rotten fruit and the honeybee. Okay, so we got all our... Okay, so we get to do our taste testing again. Let's see if this is going to be the same as last night, or if we're going to be looking for a different one today. So tart makes your lips pucker and your eyes water. A wine so sweet as to almost be syrupy. Good for dessert. A robust, heady taste of wet dog. A fizzing effervescence on your tongue. This wine is not supposed to have bubbles. Ah, the sweet white taste of smoke and apricot. Okay, we found the wine. Probably not wine. Well, bubbling wine would be champagne, right? Alright. Gimli. Gimli blinks at you as you awaken him from his stupor. Oh, Marcellene, you found us. Hard at work, huh? It is true. All the folk here in this tavern have been helping us find the finest vows to be spoken by Eric Garnet's wedding. Elisor, you know who I mean. The ale here is quite good. It was Dropsley's idea to reward every perfect sentence with a mug. Ah, you had better wait, Ken Marcellene. We have so many good words from which to choose. Dropsley awakens with a start, blinking the sleep and drink from his eyes. I have had an idea, Gimli. We should have the proprietor provide this ale for the wedding feast. As many barrels as he can spare. And that should be no small number. A wedding such as this only comes along but rarely. Ask him this, Marcellene. Ask him, and it will be the very finest of celebrations. Wife has anything to say about it, it will be nearly as rowdy as a dwarf wedding. The king of Gondor should be so fortunate. His breath smells like a brewery. Oh yes, they definitely do. They absolutely smell like a brewery right now.
I would be pleased to contribute a number of barrels for the wedding feast.
I would be pleased to contribute a number of barrels for the wedding feast. It is the least I can do for the king and his bride, and I do it gladly. Gondor is in need of such happiness as theirs after so much war. The dwarves are right on this account. The drink will loosen the tongues of all those at the feast, and the guests will frequently and at full voice toast the king's health, and that is his elf bride. That is my promise to you. Well, that is settled. Now let us see to the other matter. The proper vows to be made during the wedding ceremony. Will you gather up these papers, Marcellene? Dropsley and I wrote down some good options, and all our friends here in the Splintered Shield contributed suggestions of their own, and now it is up to us to select the very best one. Alright, so let's pick up some messy papers. Because these guys can't be bothered to do it themselves, even though they're right in front of them. I don't think you can see the papers. Alright, let us see what we've got. Gimli reads aloud from one of the papers. Your beauty is without compare, even among all the gems of the earth. This was one of mine, Marcellene. Do you like it? Together we will lay waste to our foes, and none will stand against us. Now that I see it written down, I don't know about this one, Dropsley. What else? I pledge to love and serve you in all things. Pretty good. Not bad. My love for you gives me the strength to what? This one isn't finished. Gimli shuffles through the stack of papers, looking for more worthy vows. Let's see. True men of Gondor will not forget Castamere. What is this? Who wrote this? I don't know very much about the name Castamere, but I know it has something to do with a dark period in the history of Gondor. Corsair leaders called themselves the heirs of Castamere. Caused us some problems on the journey from Rohan here to Minas Tirith, and I know it is a name that causes Aragorn some displeasure. That is enough for me. I do not need to know the particulars. For someone to involve the name now, today, I do not like it, Marcellene. Some villain here in the Splintered Shield snuck these papers among the others, hoping to disrupt the wedding. Find out who has done this, and we will make them pay for it. Alright. The man insists they saw nothing. These women insist they saw nothing.
What is the trouble, friend?
What is the trouble, friend? I assure you that several of my finest barrels will be brought to the hall for the wedding feast. I am a man of my word, and I will see it done. All I ask is that the lords and ladies attending the feast know that it was the Gillian of the Splinter Shield who provided the drink. You tell DeGillian that someone slipped a reference to Castamere the usurper among the papers on Gimli's table, while the dwarf and his companion were dozing. Men speak of Castamere in my tavern. This is an outrage. I'll have you know that we of the Splinter Shield are king's men all, and have nothing but respect for his bride-to-be, elf though she be. I say that with all the love in my heart, Marcellene. If you find any who say otherwise, or even so much as think it, I will have them cast out upon the street, never welcome again within these walls. I swear it, Marcellene. Show me the man who speaks fondly of Castamere, the usurping kingslayer, and I will report him to the guards of the citadel. I've played Skyrim, yes. Nobody saw anything. Huh! I wager my axe could make them talk. But this is not my kingdom, and I should not wish to overstep my bounds. Not right before a wedding, anyway. Castamere? Bah! I remember the corsair that invoked his name in Peligir. And none of them would be welcome at a wedding such as this. No, not even if they cleaned themselves up and wore their finest garb. They were cruel-hearted and evil-minded, and from my gathering it sounds like their idol Castamere was twice as bad. You should go tell Gandalf that there are some, at least, who might wish to disrupt Aragorn's wedding. Maybe our wizard could work some magic to sniff out these troublemakers and make them think better of it. I should say it is worth a try. If it does that does not do it, offer my axe in service of the task. That might prove even more effective than magic. You almost beat Skyrim and then stopped playing it. I had to stop playing my longest run because my mods broke on me. But I had actually gotten a decent way through. It's a very fun game. Although right now I'm more waiting for oh wait. I'm like, why is it pointing me back here? Because I forgot one minor detail. I have a quest to turn in. I'm waiting for the Skywind and Skyblivion mod, so I can play Morrowind and Oblivion with the mod. And you beat it 2 or 3 times and modded it so hard it kept crashing every 30 minutes.
Greetings, friend.
Alright. Play Beyond Skyrim too. I had mine pretty heavily modded. I've never even heard of Beyond Skyrim. But yeah, I'm like really looking forward to Skywind and Skyblivion. And I'll admit, I will give Bethesda some credit. Their remastered Oblivion game is pretty decent. I kind of wish that we had a little more option for the females to make them prettier. But for the most part, the game was really nice. The project to build all of Tamriel in the Skyrim engine. I wonder if it's being done by the same people that are doing Skywind and Skyblivion. Because that's what they're doing. You know, it's kind of sad, speaking of Bethesda. the Fallout games. I have tried so many times to get into the Fallout games, and I've never fully been able to do it. Oh, hello, have you come to play with us? And now she wants us to go pick flowers. Because she's too busy playing to do it herself. You either? And it's not like the world isn't interesting. It's a very fascinating, lore-rich world. But sometimes you get a game, and despite how popular it is, it just doesn't click with you. And the Fallout series is just one of those. I have them. Maybe in the future I will find that I desire to play them. You know? Of course, like most of Bethesda's games, they're probably better modded. Alright, we have all the kids' flowers. Come back here, you little brat. And now she wants me to make the floral crown for her that her mother sent her down to make. Oh, this guy is frolicking. There's a lot of frolicking going on over here. Alright, so we actually have finished the daily. We'll turn that in. And
May I help
then
you with something?
we'll help this lady tend the horses in her care. You know there's a great number more horses here than she's used to. So, this horse gets an apple. This horse gets brushed. Although, like I said, it looks more like we're petting the horse than brushing it. This horse gets an apple. This horse gets brushed. This horse gets an apple. And we're going to actually go into the stall so we're not shoving it up the horse's backside. And this horse gets brushed. It's a pretty horse. Like that one. And we can turn that in. And with all of that done, we need to go back upstairs. Not only do we have several quests to turn in, but we have to go talk to Gandalf. Show the wrinkled note to Miss Medrielle.
What has brought you back to me so quickly?
What has brought you back to me so quickly, my friend? Has Gimli exhausted his store of love words, or has he decided to save them for another wedding? It would not surprise me to learn that our dwarf has a poet's heart, as do many of his people. You tell Gandalf about the mention of Castamere, that someone slipped among Gimli's papers in the splintered shield, and the wizard nods without surprise. No, don't forget the milk! Yes, I expected something like this, Marcellene. The folk of Gondor have long memories. Castamere's reign was the violent culmination of the kin strife, a chain of events that began with a wedding of which the populace did not approve. Romandale, 20th king of Gondor, sent his son Valakar to make peace with Vidugavia, the self-proclaimed king of Rosanian. Valakar did so, but he did more as well. He fell in love with Vidumé, Northman daughter of the king, and the two were married. Many folk in Gondor were displeased with the match, believing that Valakar's marriage would lessen the royal Numenorian blood in any heir produced by the union. Unrest simmered throughout the kingdom. A child was born to Valakar and Vidumavi, and he was named Eldakar. The unrest continued to simmer until at last he came to the throne. Unrest turned to violent conflict, and Castamere, the captain of ships, brought war to unseat Eldakar. The usurper ruled Gondor for 10 years, until Eldakar returned at the head of a Northman army. Castamere was slain, but his sons and allies fled to Pelargir and Umbar, and the underlying discontent that caused the king strife never truly disappeared. Will the people of Gondor accept the marriage of their king to Orwen Undomiel, the daughter of Elrond of Rivendell? The news you bring from the splintered shield tells me that some, at least, may not. We should bring word of this possibility to Elisor, though it pains me to trouble him with it. Perhaps you can do this, Marcellene. So, there are a few people here in Gondor that may not be well pleased that their king is marrying an elf. Even though Elros was the twin brother of Elrond, which means the Numenorians were descendant from elven blood. So they don't have any reason to speak on the matter.
How can I be of service?
Okay, so we have delivered flowers.
What do you need?
Here's your wine. Oh, we leveled up. Isn't that lovely?
What can I do for you?
Here's your wedding supplies.
What do you
And
need?
here's your ale. And at this point, we should be well into Mirkwood, but we're still in Moria. Well, Moria will be a cakewalk now.
How can I be of service?
And yes, I did pass out your samples. I might have taken a nibble of one myself. And yes, your daughter's fine, but I would say she's not working. How many tokens do we have? $73. Now before I go talk to Aragorn.
Gondor needs your aid.
Not bad. Ah. But I definitely think we gotta get this from Miss Marcellene. Actually looks good on her. But you know what? First off, we're gonna get her this elk. I'm gonna get her this eagle owl, because I'm kind of curious what the heck is an eagle owl. Now I'm gonna get her the tunic. Where am I gonna put this one? Let's get rid of the butterflies and the flowers. Get rid of the goat. I'm gonna move that over here. Looks like an owl to me. Okay. Looks like the wings kind of clip through the body. I will say not the best designed pet. This one looks a lot better, but it's also a smaller one. That definitely looks better. And of course the other two are cats. Including Marcellene Sitka. Alright, now let me check out this elk. Man, those antlers are huge. If anything, it forms a protective cage around her head. Holy smokes. How old does that elk have to be to have antlers that size? It's nice though. I'm digging it. Okay. Well, Miss Medrielle will definitely have to get one of those too.
You have returned just in time. I planned to send for you.
You have returned just in time, Marcellene. I planned to send for you, but I see you have come to me with some purpose of your own. You briefly mentioned Gandalf's worries concerning the legacy of the Kinstrife and the possibility that the folk of Gondor may not accept Elisor's marriage to Arwen. Your friend raises an eyebrow at that. His demeanor becomes at once more Aragorn than Elisor. That is not a concern of mine, Marcellene. Arwen will be a good queen, and the kingdom will come to accept her. There will be no Kinstrife this time.
Messengers from Amondine have come to the city, bringing word of a traveling party from the north.
Messengers from Amondine have come to the city, and they bring word that a riding of fair folk have come out of the north. Even now they draw near the walls of the Pelennor, and my betrothed is with them. Go to the gates of the city, Marcellene, and tell Huron I will be down presently. I would ask you then greet the party from Rivendell, and let them know they are long awaited and most welcome in Gondor. The book is called Chapter 6, The Evenstar. Or the Evenstar. Boy, you know that's polished when the ceiling is clearly reflected in it. I guess we'll take our new elk down. reason I feel like this is actually a suitable mount for Marcellene. I don't know why. Dang. The elf antlers are so tall it clipped through that gate.
Gondor needs your aid.
Alright, down to the city stable. Ah,
The party from Rivendell is outside the gate. Might you bring them our greeting?
the party from Rivendell is outside the gate, Marcellene. I understand you are to bring them the greeting of the city, and I will await the arrival of King Elisar. Very good. These elves are known to you, yes? You trust they intend no harm to Gondor or the king? Then they will be welcome here, and I will permit none to speak ill of them. Ooh. A little bright there. Lighting got a little overblown. Well, somebody else is doing the quest. The elves nod their greeting as you approach. We got Eldon and LOTRO here. Who should I talk to first? I'll talk to LOTRO here first.
Hail to you, friend of adventure.
Let my brother and I greet you as gladly as we may, for this is a day both of gladness and of sorrow. Gladness for the joy of our sister, but sadness too, for she has chosen to walk with her love Elisar, and her people will mourn to be parted from her. While we remain in this Middle Earth, Eldon and I will soothe the sting of this hurt with exploration and adventure, with combat and feats of martial skill. This is our way, and I know it is yours as well.
The journey was a long one, but we would not miss Arwen's wedding.
Let our younger sister heed the wisdom of her older brother. Eldon gives you a playful smile. We are little more than 100 years older than she, but that century makes all the difference in wisdom. Ask anyone, and they will tell you I speak true. Whew, y'all are glowing. Dang.
My Govanen.
My Govanen, Marcellene. We have come a long way for the wedding of Orwin Undomiel to King Elisar of Gondor, but our journey is almost at its end. I have been chief counselor of Elrond's household for many years, and he has long relied upon my wisdom and advice. But what of these have I offered today? What of these have I to offer today? There are times the daughter's happiness must be set against the father's sorrow, but how often do the sundering seas lie between one and the other? Rarely, perhaps, but the choice having been made, for Lord Elrond and his daughter, the answer appears to be always.
It is good to see you again, my friend.
It
Far
is
from
good.
lands where it has been our custom to meet.
It is good to see you again, my friend, far from lands where it has been our custom to meet. There are few occasions that might draw so many from the hidden vale to the long road, but the marriage of Elrond's daughter Arwen is one. He is to wed Elisar of Gondor, but that is not the only name he wore during their courtship. Aragorn he was, and Eskel, and while others called him Strider, that name brought laughter to her lips and amusement to her heart. It is a time for love's joy, Marcellene, but there is a sadness in it too. A father's sorrow for the daughter from whom he must be parted. That is another reason so many have come south, for even amid such joy, their dear friend must lose something too, and that is a grief. And of course, the proud grandparent.
I greet you once again and name you friend.
I greet you once again, Marcellene, and name you friend. You and I have walked in dangerous places, but let us set aside the memory of them for now, for this is a time of celebration. that there may still be such as these is welcome indeed, though the time of my people draws near to an end.
A time of great evil has passed, and now hearts will be lightened with joy.
Arwen has long awaited this day, but its arrival was never certain. Now that it has come, let none stand in the way of love's bounty, lest they risk my granddaughter's ire, or my own. I assure you, both may be fearful. And finally, Elrond.
Maegovanen, my friend.
Megovanen, my friend. It is no small thing to bring so many across the mountains and to these distant lands. But for the love of my daughter, all here would make the journey tenfold. The defeat of Sauron has made safer the lands hereabouts. The road was not difficult, though my grieving heart tried to slow my steps. The light of joy in Arwen's face kept steady my pace. For all the knowledge I possess, Marcellene, I cannot solve this riddle. Arwen will be parted, from her kindred or from her betrothed, and none of my wisdom can ease that parting. Still, I am here, and would be nowhere else on this day, or on any day that my daughter desired. And the lady herself.
It is good to see you.
It is good to see you, Marcellene, so far from the place our first meeting, and with so much having happened since. I have walked for many years in Middle-earth, but I feel something I have never felt before. I'm like a young sapling, my life just now beginning. I assure you, it is a peculiar sensation for one of the Eldar.
I understand the preparations are nearly complete.
You tell Arwen that the Council of Gondor authorized a great number of plans and preparations for the wedding, and Aragorn believes they are nearing completion. When you tell her that Gimli had some suggestions relating to the vows she and her betrothed might speak during the ceremony, Arwen smiles fondly. I have already given the matter some thought, and chosen words of my own. My love is certain to have done the same. But my heart is warmed by the kind thoughts of Gimli, son of Glóin. May the words of our vows measure up to those of his devising. But is that my betrothed I see? Has he come down from the city to greet his bride? He certainly has.
The sight of my beloved has stolen all speech from me, my friend.
The sight of my beloved has stolen all speech from me, my friend. For so long have we awaited this day, and now it arrives. Can it be so? Speak to me, Marcellene, so I will know that it is truly my lady Andúmil, Arwen Evanstar, and no illusory dream of my hopeful mind. Aragorn, it's her.
After so many labors, at last, it is time.
Come with me, my friend. Together my love and I will ascend the levels of the White City, and tomorrow, on Midsummer's Day, we will be married at last.
It was on Midsummer's Day that folk from near lands and far came to the White City to witness the great wedding.
And it is time for the wedding. Aragorn smiles at you. I am pleased you could be here, Marcellene, on this day of joy. Take your place beside Mary, my friend. You take your place next to Mary, and the procession continues. That's quite a scene, it is. The brothers of the bride. Of course, the grandparents of the bride. And the father of the bride. And the bride herself.
My govanen Medrielle. Vivered Toledlin.
My omenina, Estelle.
Alei Melethnin Swila.
Ellen sila lumen o mentiavo arimeldania.
I bid you welcome. We come here in time of celebration, that we may share in the joys of peace. Let us rejoice that the war is ended, and that love endures. But remember, too, the coming of the dawn does not mean an end to all shadows. Many are those who gave their lives so we might see this day. Let us pause to remember those whose time has passed and will not come again. Now let us speak of three whose deeds are worthy of especial remembrance. Hail Theoden, King of the Mark! At the hour of Gondor's need, his horsemen broke the siege, delivering the White City from its enemies. Long will the ride of the Rohirrim be remembered in song and with glad hearts. Hail Boromir, Captain General of Gondor! Bravely did he defend his people from the threat of Mordor, with valor known to all. Yet his greatest deeds are known to few. Still, they were no less needful for Sauron's undoing. And last, hail Denethor, steward of Gondor until the coming of the king.
The crowd murmurs with discontent at the mention of Denethor.
Be still! I call for silence. Speak no ill of what you do not understand. Lord Denethor held your foes at bay, though the Dark Lord's malice tested him ever. If not for these labors, this city would have fallen ere any help could come. Few who stand here today could suffer what he endured for so long. Not even I. But let us now turn to more joyful matters. The long night is over, and love and laughter come with the day. Every wedding brings cause for celebration, but no marriage more than this. For the blood of Earendil's children, long parted, shall once more be made one. Aya, Elenian Kalima. Let the light you bear shine upon this glad union. I call upon those honored guests who wish to speak to come forward now.
Long in the years of men, but short by my counting, have I known the doom of this day. It was to be the fate of Arwen Undomiel, to part either from her kin or from Middle-earth. Now her path is set, and this joy brings great sorrow. Our roads shall not meet again ere the breaking of the world. Yet despite the pain it brings, I cannot wish otherwise. Why would I deem it so?
You know the reason, husband of my daughter. For is love not mightiest of all forces in the world?
So say the men of Gondor. We have not the wisdom of elves, but this much is clear to us. Love gives courage to stand against the hardships arrayed against us. Even courage to part from those dearest to us, son of Gondor? Aye, Lord Elrond, even so. I have now felt such love, and I know this is true.
I do not wish to speak above my place.
Say on, Frodo. None here hold a place higher than yours.
Well, I was thinking about the Shire. Most of you have never seen it, but it is my home. It is a fair green country where we hobbit folk live, untroubled by the world's great trials.
Mostly untroubled?
Well, we have come a long way from the Shire. On that journey, a friend once spoke to me of the world's perils. There are many dark places, he said, but still there is much that is fair. Though in all lands love is now mingled with grief, it grows perhaps the greater.
This is a saying of the Eldar, Frodo Baggins.
It was told to me by Haldir of Lorien, on the banks of the Silverlode. I think that love and sorrow are often entwined, and each hones the other. If we did not know both, I very much doubt we would feel either as strongly. But I have gone on for too long. Sam wished to say a few words as well.
Oh, I needn't, Mr. Frodo.
Go on, Samwise.
Ah, well, it's only a plain old rhyme, but... Age long, our garden bore no bloom. Left barren cold and buried deep. Far under snows of winter's gloom, the seeds we sowed did softly sleep. And through the wind and sullen frost, they waited well and did not fade. Now, winter dwindles, cold is lost, and sunshine rests upon the glade. Springtime dawns and sprout and shoot, limn the lawns with golds and blues, and with the summer's flower and fruit, the garden glows, awash with hues. And what to thank for all these splendors? None but the kind hands of its tenders. Care well for the plots you mind. Love things that grow beneath the soil. Foster them with thoughts most kind, and joy shall repay all your toil. Whew.
Well spoken, Master Gamgee. A simple rhyme indeed. Now, to the matter at hand. When two are to be wed, the rights of both elves and men call for the exchange of golden rings. Given events of recent days, however, perhaps it is best to skip this custom, unless our lovers object. Then let their hands be joined instead, and thus reveal their bond to all as they take their oaths to each other.
Though I turn from the everlasting west, I am undiminished. An hour with you brings more joy than 1,000 years apart. When you embarked upon your quest, my sorrow was as none I have ever known. Now we are again together, and so shall stay. I choose Luthien's path, bound to your fate, as was hers to Baron's. Mainuvan Melmetja, Ter corviarenyar artenoyo.
Alright, take care, Wolf.
We are as two fair trees entangled beneath the sun, rooted deep, drinking light together. My heart has belonged to you from the hour I first beheld your grace beneath the leaves. You are my hope, the sustaining flame I bore unto the jaws of shadow. The even star who guided my steps through labor and fear. Meine von Melmetja, ter corvirenyar artenoyo.
Nai alaquin embebe tulva, alla niere nexuvavert.
Aragorn Elisar, son of Arathorn, will you wed Arwen, daughter of Elrond, and henceforth be husband unto her?
I will.
Arwen Undomiel, daughter of Celebrian, will you wed Aragorn, son of Gilraen, and henceforth be wife unto him?
I will.
Then before the Valar, and the one who stands above all others, and in sight of men and elves, and dwarves,
Oh, and hobbits, don't forget us.
and all free folk, let you be bound together, and the twin lines of Earendil be made one anew. All hail the High King of the South Realm and the North, and all hail the High Queen!
Hail Elisar! Hail Doniel! Eglario! Praise him with great praise!
Behold! The white tree flowers anew over the kingdom restored!
Miss Frontier never felt impressed, does he not? But I understand the ceremony is merely the beginning of the festivities this night. I hope to see you later, my friend. Well, we have been to the most important wedding in Middle-earth. I must say, my good friend, that it was a beautiful wedding, and everything went according to my plan. Indeed, in that way it was quite different than the plans of my adventuring days.
A beautiful wedding, and everything went according to my plan.
Did you know that my friends and I have already been tasked with arranging further weddings later in the summer? All of a sudden, folk of high birth and low seem to require our services, and I have been unable to turn down a one. I do hope I'm not making a mistake to say so, but this great wedding was more successful than any of my other recent endeavors. Why, no one was injured or maimed at all, which might be worth recording.
But what am I saying? The celebrations are not yet concluded.
There is still the wedding feast to enjoy. Go to the feast hall of Marathon and speak to Marathian, the master foodmonger. Once you have had your fill of merriment, there is still much of that to be had. Do be careful, my friends. If anything untoward happens at the feast and ruins the perfect wedding I planned, I will need to return to adventuring or find another profession, and I would rather not. Enjoy the wedding feast. I think we just got another horse. Oh, we have to look at it. I can't remember what it looks like. Gondor's Steed. Alright, let's see what Gondor's steed looks like. Ah, okay. That's Gondor's steed. Not bad, not bad. A little drab. But, hey, we can't have everything. And we never were able to dye the horses, so. Now it is time to go to a feast.
Hello, friend. Could you help me with
Welcome.
something?
As an honored guest of the High King and High Queen, the High King and High Queen have requested your presence at their wedding banquet on the most momentous Midsummer Day. Once the ceremonies have concluded, you have been given leave to mingle with the other attendees. It seems quite a few of them desire to speak with you. May you enjoy the banquet and remember this night for years to come. The hobbits insisted this be called a banquet, in honor of one or another chieftain of theirs. I'm a little unclear about the details, but it seems to have something to do with the number and varieties of foodstuffs available. Marcellene cast a weary look at her benchmate, Iris, who has been nattering constantly for the duration of the wedding feast, and glances disapprovingly at Galathir, who has launched upon a long discussion of the various spices flavoring the many courses. Come, let us inquire with the hobbits. They seem to be amusing fellows, and I would learn more of this land of theirs.
Long into the night, the folk of the city made merry and celebrated the union of King Elisar and Queen Arwen.
For a moment there, those two weren't synced at all. They finally synced up. Thank you for rescuing me, Marcellene. I intend no disrespect for any of the fine folk at my table, for they all worthies of Gondor in their own way, but some of them can be most tiring. Come with me, my helpful friend. I see the hobbits with whom I spoke right over there. The kitchens have been kept busy for days. If such a feast in the Shire is commonplace, it must be a land of plenty. Will my hobbit friends for this banquet of Gondor meet your expectations? Look who it is, Pep, Marcellene, and our friend the foodmonger. Hello there. What do you think, Pep? What would old Flour Dumpling have to say about the courses on offer here? Oh yes, Marcellene. I think the wedding feast can stand quite comfortably alongside the very finest of Shire banquets. Just listen to what we've had already. There's been pottage. And bread. With butter. Plenty of game. Pony, venison, and boar. Roasted meat. Beef, mutton, and goat. Lots of fish. Salmon, pike, and eel. Enough fowl. Eggs if you want them. Assorted greens and vegetables, if you still got room. Savory pies and pastries. Cheeses and olives. So many cheeses. Stewed fruit. Apples, pears, plums, and cherries. The desserts have been particularly good. And that is to... don't forget the maid. I couldn't even keep up. To answer your question, Master Foodmonger, I would say this is quite the banquet, and we hobbits heartily approve. I'm pleased, and a little exhausted to hear it. Enjoy yourselves, my friends. That was so hard to keep up with. Follow Pippin. Oh, we're supposed to be following Pippin now. We made it! Welcome back, Master Peregrine, and greetings to you, Marcellene. Marcellene, it is my pleasure to introduce you to my wife, Gillisel, and I believe you have already met our son Virgil. He is quite the troublemaker and ministeress, running through the lower tiers with his friends, and he has found new ways to cause mischief in Ithilien. But he is a good lad, and at his age I was much the same. I must confess to you, I did not think I would be welcomed back to the city for the king's wedding, but word was sent to Lord Faramir, and we could not refuse. My husband grieves still for the lives he took. I have told him again and again that by his sword he saved the life of Lord Faramir. I know, my dearest, I know. Still, the king's justice was merciful and fair. I'm bored. How long will they dance? Is it almost over? I think it is. Lovely. How beautiful the queen is. This elf-maid mate. How beautiful a queen this elf-maid mate. I heard her brother's arrows could split an orc skull in twain from 300 yards. Virgil, silence. This is not the time to speak of it. I know. That's why I'm bored. Marcellene, I think we should see Thyme Redbeard. Thrym Redbeard. His listeners to be in need of rescue. And so, with our horses refreshed, we crossed the Merrick stream and rode hard through the Beacon Hills. We were so close, but not yet close enough. We were beset by orcs and dregs near Amundin. We broke through the line of dregs, but they did not pursue us. I think now I know the reason. They knew the road ahead would be held against us. Thrym pauses his tale, seeming to see you for the first time. Oh, Marcellene, pull up a seat. I was just telling these fine folk of Gondor some of my recent adventures. In the darkness of night, we came to the western flank of the encampment of Drudun. And do you know what happened? This is very interesting, but we were nearly turned into pincushions by Grimbold sentries. Can you imagine? Well, in time of war, I myself have... But then, at the last moment, one of the archers recognized me by the specter of my beard. I glowed crimson in the guttering light of their single torch. Is every man a Rohan so bold and yet so protected by fortunate stars? Many I, but even I am no match for Eomer, who is now king. The tales I could tell you of his courage. Come along, Thrym. Someone at another table wishes to hear of your grand adventures. Ah, who desires to hear such? Oh, that's easy. It's Master Meriadoc, wait. You will have to thank your halfling friend for us, Marcellene. I might have heard more of Eomer, father. That reminds me, Marcellene, I was given a message for you. One of the wine stewards came by earlier before our friend from Rohan launched into his full-throated tale of bravery. The steward asked if we would do him the kindness of delivering you to him if you chanced to come by our table. He said he would be downstairs, Marcellene. Now that I have executed this charge, Perhaps I will learn what else my daughter would hear of the new king of Rohan, and why the speaking of his name brings such a blush to her cheek. Why do I get the feeling that might be the future Queen of Rohan? Ah, there you are, Marcellene. I am pleased the Prince of Dol Amroth gave you my message, for it's urgent, and I did not know where else I might turn. There is something of a problem, you see, and I need you to ensure it does not get any worse. Some rough sorts have gathered outside. I'm afraid they might intend to disrupt the wedding feast in some way. They were asking for you. Here, take these bottles of wine out to them. It could be that an offering of peace will send them happily on their way, and if not, well, your deeds are well known, and such rough sorts as these may take one look at you and decide it would be best for them to go elsewhere. I doubt it, not when she's dressed up in a fine dress. Maybe we should change into her mariner armor, right? Alright. Let's go see who this rough lot is. Oh. You owe me a drink or three, Marcellene. But we got to talking. And my companions thought you deserved the honor of a raised glass. Do not be fooled, Marcellene. It was Radnir's idea. Quiet. The chieftain of the Dunedain has his throne. Gondor has its king and queen. The Grey Company fulfilled its oath, and so did you, Mariner. To the Grey Company, and to Marcellene. Now I'm gonna cry again. Because Candace's not here. The Grey Company rode from Eriador to aid the chieftain of the Dunedain, and now many of us will return to our homes, but not all. We all have our own reasons, for the king has not set a bond upon us that we do not choose for ourselves. But there remains the question, what shall be done about the land that lies on Gondor's doorstep? Mordor lies there, the Black Land, and who knows what sorceries of the Witch King may lurk within the Morgul Vale. I will help my king to combat these evils, and so too will Daggereth and Faron and Mithrandon. Others of the Grey Company may decide to do the same, but they must choose for themselves. We have done what we intended, but I wager that some may discover they wish to do more. Gondor awaits an era of peace, but it will not arrive without we who are willing to fight for it. Who can say when we will all be once again together, Marcellene? Each of us has business elsewhere, some in the north, some here in the south. It would have been a shame not to mark the occasion. It's not so unusual. We all feel a kinship with each other, born of our shared duty. It is strange to me that we must now separate. Lothrandir wishes to return to Forakel, the land of the snowmen, so I will travel with him part of the way with some others of the company. Techeron will reside once again in Evendom, but on the way we will pay a visit to Ceradan and learn the tale of his own return to Eriador with our fallen brothers. Idrian and Legolas plan to stay for a while in Estelden with Mintum. Anguis has not decided where he will travel. just that his road lies to the north. If he had a place in mind, he has not shared it with us. I think the wilderness calls to him. Radnir smirks at you. Do you know what calls to me? The food of the Northlands. The food at this feast is too richly made, too covered in sauces, too soft, and there's too much of it. There isn't anything to sink your teeth into, Marcellene. Give me the crusty bread and old cheese of the Forsaken Inn, a day's ride east of Bree. That is all I need. This. Oh, good morning, MPTV. Or actually, it's afternoon now, at least here. And the funny thing is, Miss Marcellene will not meet the great company for a little while yet. I played my part as well as I could, Marcellene. Were your friends able to surprise you? The wine steward glances at grim Redbeard, whose long-winded description of past glories has shown no sign of cessation. Indeed, he may have started anew. Perhaps you can go back upstairs and see if my services are needed. I'm sure there must be some need for more wine. There simply must. All right, DP, you take care. You have a great evening. The poor guy's gonna get his ear talked off now. Okay, where is... Ah, over here. I hope you're enjoying yourself, Marcellene. I confess to you that much of tonight has passed by with dizzying speed. But it is a joyful motion, and I would trade it for nothing else. Might I ask a favor of you? Earlier I spoke with Faramir about a matter of some importance, and I'm interested to learn if he has come to a decision. Would you speak with him and determine if this is so? All right, you take care, Elle. Get some sleep. And thank you for being here. Ah, Faramir. It is a pleasure to speak with you, my friend. I saw you earlier when our halfling friends ran by the table on their way to do some mischief. It was a spirited chase, and brought a smile to my lips that has been rare enough in days since, well, in the past few days. Faramir falls silent if you take the opportunity to ask if he has considered the topic about which King Elisor inquired. Faramir studied you quietly. He told you not the subject of our discussion. He is more subtle than I expected, or perhaps it is the hand of his queen that makes him so. Ah, Marcellene, you are a friend, so I will speak freely. The king knows that my heart has been captured by the Lady Eowyn of Rohan. She returned to the Riddermark in the company of her brother, while they prepare for the funeral of Theoden, and while she has been gone, my heart has been in darkness. Ever she occupies my thoughts, and I know I will never again feel happiness or joy while we are apart. I dare not hope she feels the same. It would not, for I would wish her no unhappiness. I thought to ask for her hand in marriage, but I am full of worry. Is it just this midsummer's day that makes me dwell upon it? What if she does not feel the same as I? Begging your pardon, Prince Faramir, I am sorry, for I hate to intrude. You need not apologize, dear Samwise. Well, it seems to me that folk of Gondor always make things too complicated. And maybe that's fine and normal down here. But in the Shire, we prize when things are simple. I see. It's true that there's a lot of marriage talk in the air. and it makes me blush to think of it, since I never thought myself the type. P.S. Sam. But I am rather of a mind to get married myself when this is all over. Do you have a particular girl in mind, Sam? I wager you do. And so what if I do, Master Frodo? I think I understand your advice, Master Samwise, and I thank you for your hobbit wisdom. I shall ask for Eowyn's hand when next I see her. Dear me, I am pleased that Prince Faramir has made up his mind, but to be completely honest with you, Marcellene, I had not quite gotten around to the advice I intended to give him. Still, all is well when it ends well, which it will if Lady Eowyn agrees to his proposal. If she does not, I fear the reputation of hobbit wisdom may suffer in Ithilien and Gondor. Oh dear. A great commotion draws your attention to the west side of the feast hall. Take a deep breath, my friend. All will be well. Now, is there a problem? They just barged in, my king. They're causing a commotion in the kitchen. Of whom do you speak? Now I see. There's a pleasure to meet you at last, Grimbearn. You are most welcome here, son of Bjorn. I'm told there was to be a feast. Indeed, Grimbearn. Of course, courtesy demands one attend the ceremony before one attends the feast. And you have missed the ceremony. Huh. One wedding is much the same as any other. Is there a place for me? There will always be such a place, son of Bjorn, both for your father's heroism and your own. Good. Find a table to your liking, and food will be brought with all haste. I need no servants. I have brought my own. This way. My goodness! I expect Grimbearn and his animals will enliven Marathon for a time. Good. It will give us a brief respite from all this celebration. Orwin and I would like to speak to you, Marcellene, in a more quiet setting. Let us find one. I love how Grimbearn has trained his dogs to walk upright. Okay, who do I talk to first? Talk to the bride first.
There were days when it seemed the shadow would never pass. But it has lifted at last.
Thank you for lending such support as you have to my husband Marcellene during your adventures and his. There were days when it seemed the shadow would never pass, but it has lifted, and not on its own terms. No, it was through the efforts of many souls all throughout Middle-earth, and yours not least of all. Our wedding has been everything for which I hoped, and I am certain my husband feels the same. Orwin looks around the throne room, and in the dim light of the grand chamber, you see an amused smile dance across her fair features. But we will need to do something about this throne, she remarked. Like, what, you don't like it? I think it looks very, very regal. Now, granted, it might need to add a second one now.
I imagine my kingdom has not seen a wedding like this for many, many years.
I imagine my kingdom has not seen a wedding like this for many, many years. I see it reflected in the fervor of my people's celebration. The war is ended, and they are gladdened to have joyful cause. We spoke of some trouble in the history of my kingdom, Marcellene. Do you remember? I told you I did not think it would be a problem, and so I still think. I've studied the faces of my people on this midsummer's day, and this I have learned. They will come to love their queen. She will be a patient guardian of Gondor and all its folk, and I will be, as I will be, and together we will restore what glory there is to be had in this age, and whatever ages may come. Thank you for all you have done, Marcellene. I speak not only of your service against the forces of Sauron, but also for all you have done as my dear friend. When at last the history of Gondor is written, one will be counted more important than the other, but know that in my deepest heart I measure them equal. For Aragorn may be selfish, while Elessar may not. He smiles at you, a wolfish grin that brings to mind the shadows of a distant tavern in Breland. But you will not hear me admit it again, my friend. The peace of Middle-earth must come above my own happiness. And he will be a very good king for a great number of years. And I can't remember how many children that he and Orwin had. I know that they had at least one son, if not a couple of them. Now I have to go look it up. Ah, there's Mithrandir. Gandalf. It has been some time since Gondor saw such revelry.
It has been some time since Gondor saw such revelry.
The folk thirsted for it without knowing what they desired. Such a night of celebration will be good for them. The peace of Middle-earth is hard won, my dear mariner, but it must be defended if it is to remain secure. Excuse me. Not all threats are gone with Sauron, as you well know, and other evils there are in the wild world must be faced with bravery and resolve. Can I count on you to continue to stand against these dangers, so that the love we celebrated today can last into the days and months ahead? A wedding is a beginning, my friend, and so is this great wedding. For there are those in the world that will see the joy of it and resent its presence. My time on these shores draws nigh, my friend, and I want to know that these lands will know peace beyond my departure. I will be counting on you for this, Marcellene, or for those you choose to follow in your stead. Someone will need to defend the happiness we saw today. Someone will need to safeguard the peace of Middle-earth. We will speak of these matters again, my friend. For now, you should do as does the city. Eat, drink, and be merry. And it says the story continues in future updates. And I'm wondering if the story does indeed continue with the Umbar update, or if we're still waiting for that update. I guess one day we'll find out. Well then, we have gotten to not only enjoy the Midsummer Festival, but we got to witness the wedding of Aragorn and Arwen. Not bad. It took us only 3 hours. We never did get to Umbar for that part, and Miss Marcellene will have to do it off screen. But y'all got to see Miss Medrielle do it last night. So there's that. What a beautiful place. Like I said, I think I could imagine living in Minas Tirith for a few months. And then I'd get tired of all the people and want to go someplace quieter. Maybe the Shire, maybe Barn Falls. Now that's a thought. But at any rate, let me finish off the stream by thanking everybody that stopped by. First and foremost, let me thank Moonlight for not crashing today. That was a small miracle. And on the YouTube side, let me thank L Alchemy for being here and for being a mod. I greatly appreciate both, and I hope you get some sleep. Thank you to DT70 for being here and hanging out, and I hope you're having a great rest of your evening. Thank you to MGTV for stopping by and hanging out. I appreciate you. Thank you to Wolf of Midnight for stopping in and hanging out. And for being a mod. I appreciate both very much. And I hope you have a great rest of your day. Thank you to Nicholas Patton for stopping in and hanging out. I appreciate you. And I hope you're having a good day. Thank you to Cynthia Morsall for stopping in and hanging out. I hope you're having a good day. I appreciate you. And I think that was everybody. For those of you who popped in and out, or perhaps you stuck around and worked, well, thank you. I do appreciate each and every one of you. Next time, say hi. I promise I don't bite. And with all that being said, you lovely folks have a wonderful rest of your day, evening, or night, wherever you're at. Until next time, bye for now.